An AI can finish a poem, translate a joke, and name a city it has never visited. But where inside billions of calculations did that answer come from? From the outside, the model looks like a black box. Words enter. More words leave, the computation between them is hidden behind a wall of numbers. Opening that box does not reveal tiny sentences or a readable inner monologue. It reveals activations, long numerical states changing at every token and every layer. The obvious idea is to inspect one neuron at a time, but a single neuron rarely carries one clean, meaning like Paris, danger, or sarcasm. Instead, one concept can be distributed across many neurons, while one neuron can participate in many unrelated concepts. Researchers call this tangled reuse superposition. So the problem is not simply opening the box. We need a better coordinate system, one that reorganizes dense neural activity into patterns humans can test. Those recurring patterns are called features. A feature is not necessarily one physical neuron, it is a direction through the model's activation space. Dictionary learning searches many examples for useful directions that repeat. It is like discovering a vocabulary for internal states without being given the words in advance. A sparse autoencoder performs this translation. It converts one dense activation vector into a much larger feature list where only a small number are strongly active. Those active features can then reconstruct an approximation of the original state. If the reconstruction is faithful, the new coordinates become a possible microscope for the model. But an activating feature is only a clue. A pattern that appears near a concept may be correlated with the answer without actually causing it. Researchers found one feature that responded to the Golden Gate Bridge across names, descriptions, languages, and even images of the bridge. When they artificially strengthened that feature, the model began mentioning the bridge almost everywhere. Changing the internal pattern changed the behavior. That is stronger evidence, but a feature alone still does not explain a computation. We also need to see how features influence one another across layers. Circuit tracing builds an attribution graph for one particular response. It follows estimated influence from the prompt through internal features toward the produced token. The lines in this graph are not literal wires. They are measured paths of influence, evidence that one internal state helped amplify or suppress another. Researchers can test a proposed path by suppressing one feature, strengthening another, and checking whether the predicted output changes. Observation becomes intervention. In one poetry experiment, the trace suggested that the model planned a future rhyme before writing the line that reached it. Remove the planned concept and a different rhyme appears. Other traces found shared conceptual machinery across languages. The model could represent an idea in a common internal space, then express it in the language of the prompt. Here is the real breakthrough. We are not reading a private sentence. We are building a causal microscope, features, influence paths, and experiments that can disagree with our guess. The microscope is powerful, but its view is partial. Current attribution graphs capture only a fraction of the computation, even for short prompts. Sparse autoencoders also lose information. A clean feature map can be easier to read while still failing to preserve everything the original model used. Human labels can be wrong as well. Some features are clear, some mix several ideas, and others activate for patterns no researcher can yet explain. And one trace explains one response under one prompt. It is not automatically a universal diagram of how the entire model behaves. The reasoning a model writes on screen is not guaranteed to be a faithful transcript of its internal mechanism. A polished explanation can still hide a different computation underneath. That is why interpretability matters for safety. An audit can search for hidden objectives, deceptive shortcuts, unsafe concepts, or mechanisms that ordinary output tests miss. In the future, these tools may help monitor important features, steer dangerous behavior, and verify that a model solved a problem for the reason we expected. None of this proves that an AI is conscious, and it does not give us magical access to a mind. The word mind is a metaphor for learned computation. Use this mental model, not a glass window but a scientific instrument. It converts invisible activity into hypotheses, then asks experiments to confirm or break them. So can we see inside an AI's mind? Not directly, but we can map features, trace circuits, intervene on them, and turn a black box into something we can begin to investigate.